Hi, welcome back to Cooking with Mrs. Thompson. I'm Karen Thompson, a former hospital food service director, dietitian, retired family and consumer science teacher, and cook. Uh, Today I'm going to make an entire meal, but I'm going to spread it out over reels so that you don't have to watch everything in the same one. But we're going to start with the salad. This is not your grandmother's 1970s salad bar salad, carrot salad. This one is vibrant and fresh. It has no raisins and no mayonnaise. I think you're really going to like it. Let's get started with the dressing. I have a fourth of a cup of a good quality extra virgin olive oil that I'm going to add to a third of a cup of fresh squeezed orange juice. This was the juice of one orange. I'm going to add that. To that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of honey, half a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of salt, the zest of the orange. I'm going to add in there, and 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Now, I am going to use a flavored white balsamic vinegar. This one is cranberry pear. We really like the pomegranate quince. If you don't have the white balsamic flavored vinegars, just use white wine vinegar. It will work as well. And give it a mix. Let's give it a little taste. Make sure we have salt and pepper right. Oh, that is really, really good. Not sweet at all, just ever so slightly sweet. Some from the vinegar and then a little bit from the honey, but it is not what I would call a sweet dressing. It's perfectly balanced. This would be good on any kind of a salad. So let's get the rest of the salad ready. To start with, I have a third of a cup of roasted hazelnuts. Now, I was not able to get all the skins off, but that's fine. To roast a hazelnut, you simply put it on a baking dish, put it in your oven for about 350-degree oven for about somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. I put these in a towel, rubbed, to try to get most of the skins off. If you do that, don't use a brand new towel because it's going to leave oil stains on it. So I'm going to put these in a food processor and I'm going to give it a few pulses. I just want a rough chop on this. That looks good. I'm going to take these out and put them in a bowl. Oh my gosh. The smell from the roasted hazelnuts is so good. Guys, you always want to roast your nuts. It just makes such a difference in flavor. Next, let's prep the fennel bulb. All I'm going to do is cut this in half, and I want to get out that very core. So I'm just going to kind of triangular cut that out. Chop this into, I don't know, 2 or 3 pieces. This will help the food processor cook it or process it quickly. And I'm going to give this about 10 to 15 pulses. I want a rough chop on it. I'm not taking it to puree. And I'm going to give this a rough chop, 10 to 15 pulses. Let's make that 5 pulses. New food processor works really, really well. This is going to go into a large mixing bowl. Next and final, we're going to do the carrots. But let's talk about the carrots for a second. Get the kind you have to peel. These are so much better than the things that are already peeled. They're not soaked in a chlorine bath. They're nice. They don't have that white film on them, which is nothing but dehydrated carrots. And they're going to taste so much better and so much sweeter. All I'm going to do is take the ends off. Probably feed these to the dogs that are with me. They love carrots. And I'll be chopping these into 1-inch chunks and processing. Who wants carrot? You ready? The flavor of a fresh peeled carrot is oh so much better than the flavor of the bagged carrots. It took me, I timed myself, 2 minutes, 12.58 seconds. It does not, and that was for a pound of carrots. It does not take long at all. So I'm going to take these to a pretty fine chop, about like tabbouleh. Should take 20 to 30 seconds. It did not take this food processor 20 seconds. I might have 10 seconds worth of pulses in here. But I do have a very fine dice. This is almost kind of like the tabbouleh we made. Very fine. It's going to go into our mixing bowl. The very last thing that we need to chop and prep are some chives. I've got a pretty good bunch. You do not want to do these in a food processor. They would totally pulverize in nothing flat. So I'm just going to give these a little chop. My chives are chopped. I'm going to add about half of them to my carrot mixture, along with about half of my toasted hazelnuts. And I'm going to add my dressing. Let me give it a stir real quick to the mixture. This doesn't need to marinate. We're just going to mix and eat. All right. We're going to top it with the remainder of our chives and our toasted hazelnuts, but let's give it a taste. I'll put a few more. Look at that bite. Does that look good? Yes, that looks great. Mmm. It's a flavor explosion in my mouth. It is so good. I'm glad I have extra carrots in my refrigerator because this one is not going to last long. You guys really need to try it. Even your kids that I hate carrots are going to love this. This is so amazingly good. Please give it a try. If you're not following me, please do. Cooking with Mrs. Thompson, Facebook, YouTube. Still working on the others. I'm not there yet. But you guys have a great day. Give this a try.